Hello engineers, welcome back to Engineering Design Simplified. In this video, I am going to discuss acceleration analysis of inline slider crank mechanism. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so by clicking subscribe button. Here is an inline slider crank mechanism with the link lengths L2, L3, L4. Angle between L2 and L4 is theta 2. Angle between L2 and L3 is gamma. Angle between L3 and L4 is theta 3. On this inline slider crank mechanism, let us assume angular velocity, constant angular velocity omega 2 is applied to the link AB, that is crank. So velocity polygon can be drawn as draw a line AB that is perpendicular to link AB that represents velocity of AB, and draw another line BC that is perpendicular to link BC that represents velocity of link BC. To find the velocity of slider C with respect to A, let us draw a line from A onto this line BC, and that line touches at C. So this line is parallel to slider motion. So this AC is called velocity of slider. Since we assumed constant angular velocity, link AB has only centripetal component of acceleration, but BC has both centripetal and tangential components, and slider C has only linear acceleration. So acceleration polygon can be drawn as draw a line A to B that is parallel to AB that represents centripetal component of centripetal acceleration of link AB. And to find acceleration of BC, let us draw a line BB1 that represents centripetal component. That line is parallel to BC that represents centripetal component of BC. Draw another line perpendicular to BB1 and that represents tangential component of BC, and total acceleration of BC can be found by drawing a line from B to C. So this line represents total acceleration of link BC, and acceleration of slider can be found by drawing a line from A to C that is parallel to the motion of the slider. So line CA or AC represents acceleration of slider C. Now let us derive equations for the same. So this inline slider crank mechanism, angular velocity omega 2 is applied here. It does not matter whether you apply clockwise or counterclockwise. These two axes x and axis y, and theta 2 counterclockwise, that is positive, and theta 3 that is clockwise, we consider that negative. So let us write down displacements along x-axis. So along x-axis displacements are L4 equal to L2 cos theta 2 plus L3 cos minus theta 3. So cos minus theta 3 will become plus cos theta 3. So the equation will become L4 equal to L2 cos theta 2 plus L3 cos theta 3. And let us call that equation 1. Now let us write displacements along y-axis. L2 sin theta 2 equal to L3 sin minus theta 3. So sin minus theta 3 will become minus sin theta 3. So the equation becomes L2 sin theta 2 equal to minus L3 sin theta 3. By rearranging that, we get L2 sin theta 2 plus L3 sin theta 3 equal to 0. Let us call that equation 2. Now let us differentiate equation 1 with respect to t. So that will become d by dt of L4 equal to d by dt of L2 cos theta 2 plus d by dt of L3 cos theta 3. D by dt can be written as d theta by dt into d by d theta. So d by dt of L4 will become L4 dot, that is velocity. So after differentiation, we get L4 dot equal to minus L2 omega 2 sin theta 2 minus L3 omega 3 sin theta 3. Let us call that equation 3. And from here, d theta 2 by dt equal to omega 2, d theta 3 by dt equal to omega 3. So let us differentiate equation 2 with respect to t. Similarly, we get after differentiation L2 omega 2 cos theta 2 plus L3 omega 3 cos theta 3 equal to 0. Let us call that equation 4. Now let us differentiate equation 3 with respect to t. We get d by dt of L4 dot equal to d by dt of minus L2 omega 2 sin theta 2 plus d by dt of minus L3 omega 3 sin theta 3. So that will become L4 double dot equal to minus L2 alpha 2 sin theta 2 minus L2 omega 2 square cos theta 2 minus L3 alpha 3 sin theta 3 minus L3 omega 3 square cos theta 3. Let us call that equation 5. And d by dt of omega 2 will become alpha 2, that is acceleration, and similarly d by dt of omega 3 will become alpha 3. Now let us differentiate equation 4 with respect to t. Similarly, after differentiation we get L2 alpha 2 cos theta 2 minus L2 omega 2 square sin theta 2 plus L3 alpha 3 cos theta 3 minus L3 omega 3 square sin theta 3 equal to 0. Let us call that equation 6. From this equation 6 we can find alpha 3. Alpha 3 equal to minus L2 alpha 2 cos theta 2 plus L2 omega 2 square sin theta 2 plus L3 omega 3 square sin theta 3 divided by L3 cos theta 3. In the previous slide we found alpha 3, that is acceleration of link 3. In order to find acceleration of slider, let us multiply equation 5 with cos theta 3. So after multiplication we get L4 double dot cos theta 3 equal to minus L2 alpha 2 sin theta 2 cos theta 3 minus L2 omega 2 square cos theta 2 cos theta 3 minus L3 alpha 3 sin theta 3 cos theta 3 minus L3 omega 3 square cos square theta 3. Let us call that 7. And similarly let us multiply equation 6 with sin theta 3. We will get L2 alpha 2 cos theta 2 sin theta 3 minus L2 omega 2 square sin theta 2 sin theta 3 plus L3 alpha 3 cos theta 3 sin theta 3 minus L3 omega 3 square sin square theta 3. Let us call that equation 8. Now let us add equations 7 and 8. These two terms L3 alpha 3 sin theta 3 cos theta 3 will get cancelled because plus minus, and after rearranging and simplifying we will get L2 alpha 2 into sin theta 3 cos theta 2 minus cos theta 3 sin theta 2 minus L2 omega 2 square cos theta 3 cos theta 2 plus sin theta 3 sin theta 2 minus L3 omega 3 square into sin square theta 3 plus cos square theta 3. So this term will become 1. Since we know from trigonometry that cos A minus B equal to cos A cos B plus sin A sin B, and sin A minus B equal to sin A cos B minus cos A sin B, and sin square A plus cos square A equal to 1. After applying these principles in the previous equations and simplification, we get L4 double dot cos theta 3 equal to L2 alpha 2 sin theta 3 minus theta 2 minus L2 omega 2 square cos theta 3 minus theta 2 minus L3 omega 3 square. So from this we get L4 double dot, that is acceleration of slider, equal to L2 alpha 2 sin theta 3 minus theta 2 minus L2 omega 2 square cos theta 3 minus theta 2 minus L3 omega 3 square divided by cos theta 3. After having derived equations for angular acceleration of coupler link and linear acceleration of slider, let us solve a problem using Microsoft Excel in the next slide. Let us consider the same problem we discussed in previous two videos. Here we have L2 link length L2 equal to 19.05 millimeter, L3 equal to 50.8 millimeter. Crank speed is 1750 rpm, that is constant speed. Angular velocity can be found as 2 pi n by 60. That angular velocity of crank will become 183.26 radians per second. Acceleration of crank is 0, that is crank has only centripetal component, no tangential component. So in the previous videos we found position of slider and displacement, and angular velocity of coupler and slider velocity. Now in this video we calculated angular acceleration of coupler in radians per second square and linear acceleration of slider in meters per second square using previously discussed equations. This is the plot for time versus slider acceleration. Here on horizontal axis we have time in seconds, and on the vertical axis we have acceleration of the slider. We can also plot acceleration versus crank angle, so we get similar profile. This is the plot for time versus coupler acceleration. On the vertical axis we have coupler acceleration, and on the horizontal axis we have time in seconds. In the next video I am going to discuss static force analysis of inline slider crank mechanism. If you like this content, please like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.